triglycerides. Okay, so what are triglycerides? What is their function? What are they made of? Why is it bad when they go really high? And how do we fix them? All right. So the first thing is these triglycerides. Triglycerides are these ester substances that contain 3 fatty acids and a glycerol. So if you want to get a triglyceride, what you have to do is combine 3 fatty acids plus 1 glycerol molecule. Then you get a triglyceride. So now what is their big role in terms of function? So where are they found? So a majority of triglycerides are found in 3-fold regions. So we have adipose tissue. So if you hear the word adipose, it means what? Adipose is fat. We have liver. So they go bidirectionally from the liver to the adipose tissue and then from the adipose tissue to the liver. And also they're found in a lot of our specific type of oils covering our skin. So they're one of the main components in our oil glands to generate protection against certain particles. All right, so sebaceous glands, and we could put that here. So these are the oil glands that are presented for us. Okay, so these three regions where you're going to see a lot of these different types of triglycerides. Okay, so now how are they broken down? So every kind of macromolecule requires some kind of enzyme, and that enzyme to break down has to have what subgroup, what suffix? If you remember, I would say ACE. So what kind of enzyme? So there's enzymes around everywhere, but for example, in the pancreas, we have pancreatic lipases. So pancreatic lipases, what do? They break down triglycerides into 3 fatty acids and glycerol. So fatty acid and glycerol can actually be converted for energy. All right, so these are what's happened specifically here. Okay, when does this happen, right? During instances of a fasted state, when your blood sugar level is very low and you need some kind of metabolite to generate energy, you have this hormone secreted from the Langerhans cells of the pancreas. What region? Do you guys remember? The alpha cells, called glucagon. So glucagon is a hormone secreted from the pancreas, the endocrine region of the pancreas, that is responsible for what? It's responsible for raising blood sugar. So this stimulates certain enzymes to be brought in order to break down this triglyceride in order to increase blood sugar levels. So glucagon during a fasted state. Okay. So now we look at diseases. People that have very high triglyceride levels. So let's look at some number ranges here. So anything less than 150 milligrams per deciliter, this is considered normal. In between 150 to about 500 milligrams per deciliter, you are at slight risk of certain kinds of vascular problems. And anything more than 500, you are at severe risk for any kind of vascular problem. So for example, what vascular problems am I talking about here? Stroke, heart attack, right? So these are the specific type, atherosclerosis. These are one of the greatest predispositions for people if they're worried, for example, if they're going to have some kind of cardiovascular problem. One of the main components of an indicator of the progression of the disease, is triglyceride level. So there are a lot of studies that show that high triglyceride levels demonstrate high probability of heart attack. So if you have high triglyceride level, how do you fix it? There's 2 specific ways. Number 1, diet. The second is exercise. Number 1 with diet, what do you add to your diet? So if you begin to add a lot of unsaturated fatty acids like omega-3s, right? So where do you get omega-3s from? Get it from certain nuts, fish, certain oils, right? And the second thing is exercise. So exercise helps break down this fat in order to bring down your blood triglyceride levels to prevent any kind of these vascular conditions, vascular pathological abnormalities, as you would say.